Hi, and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart. And if you're new to this podcast, I am a stand-up comedian who lives in Vermont. And this podcast is basically how I am able to talk about whatever I damn well please. It's my primary source, avenue, way of saying whatever the fuck I want. If you like what you're going to hear, feel free to subscribe, like, rate, and review. If you don't like what you're going to hear, be sure to subscribe, like, rate, and review, but then you have your enemies. I just assume if you don't like it, you'd want to torture your enemies with it. So go ahead. You have my permission. The bottom line is to just share the fucking thing. Even though I've talked about how I don't care if you share it or not. But if you care to share it, share it. Are we clear? All right. Let's see. I recorded last Friday's podcast episode. But by the way, today, this podcast is out on July 13th, 2020. I recorded last Friday's episode on Thursday evening. And before I had recorded it, I had heard news that Dartmouth College was cutting 5 sports teams. 2 of those sports teams were the men's and women's golf teams. I heard that on ESPN radio. And I was going to say something about it during the episode I was recording Thursday afternoon, which was going to be out on Friday. But I forgot, like I do. But later that night, after I had recorded the episode and everything, it was all published. So it was going to be published. I had everything all set. I looked at the press release from Dartmouth College where it said that they were permanently closing Hanover Country Club. Now, a month or so ago, I think it was May, look it up, I have an episode entitled Hanover Country Club Closed for Good? With a question mark. Where I talked about that. How they had announced that they weren't going to open it this year. And when there was a frequently asked question listed on their statement asking, will it open next year? They did not give a definitive answer. Well, this is a definitive answer now. Because when I saw that they didn't give a definitive answer, I knew that there was a history where they were thinking of closing it down permanently because of low memberships. And I thought COVID-19 gave them a pretty damn good excuse to keep it closed. And God damn it, I hate when I'm right. Seriously. Closing the golf course is a stupid decision. A stupid fucking decision. It was all for money. This is not COVID related at all. Because they've been talking about closing that golf course for years. And now they do. And now they did. I should say. But yeah. I unfortunately was right about that. Then, what else happened? Oh, one other thing I found out Thursday night was that the Engine Room in White River Junction, where I put on my monthly comedy show, or used to, announced that they're closed for good. It's going to be a turnkey operation. Whatever that means, I don't know. So, let's look at these. Okay, let's look at this. My favorite golf course permanently closed. My favorite golf course in the area, Hanover Country Club, permanently closed. The place where I put on my local stand-up comedy shows, closed for good. A couple weeks ago, I talked about my 2 favorite bars, Margaritas and Salt Hill, Lebanon, being closed for good. I can work remotely now. Okay, cool. These all have to be some sort of signs telling me to do something. And I can interpret it any way I want to. And I just choose to interpret it as, I need to leave. I need to move is what I need to do. And I've talked about that. And I'm probably going to move to New York City sometime next year. Just have to figure out more logistics and whatnot. But yeah. It's just crazy. Such a crazy fucking time right now. The virus pandemic, election coming up, how the current elected president is doing a really shitty job with everything that's going on, even though there are people that support him that I don't fucking understand that at all. They must all be racist assholes at this point, because I think a lot of people have left Trump. Right? A lot of people have probably fucking left Trump. I hope people have changed their mind on him. I really hope. I really feel good about Election Day in November because I feel like he's going to get voted out. And he's going to be voted out by a very wide margin. I just believe that. I'm just really looking forward to the fact that I think Trump is going to be a one-term president. And he's going to be the worst one-term president. It's just crazy. This whole thing is crazy with the pandemic, with everything, with the George Floyd murder, with more people being anti-racist, which is great. Welcome anti-racists. I've been anti-racist most of my life, so just got to figure out what the fuck to do about it in the most meaningful way. And I think I posted on Twitter a few weeks ago, how do we end racism? And the overwhelming thing was education. Violence wasn't up there. Tearing down statues wasn't a big thing. The big thing was just education. We need to put more money towards education. We need more people educated. Education is so fucking important. So fucking important. We need to put more and more money towards education. I don't understand why we don't do that. It just boggles my mind why we don't give a damn about education. But then again, it does. Actually, I say that, but then it's like not me, but like the higher powers, the powers that be, want everyone stupid. That's what they want. They want us all to be idiots. Educate yourself. If our education system sucks, educate yourself. For crying out loud. It's important that we educate ourselves if these systems in place don't let us be educated in the way that we should be educated. It's just so dumb. So fucking dumb. It's just ridiculous. Oh my God. It's a crazy, fucked up world that we live in. I just don't understand it. What else do I want to talk about in today's podcast? Do I need to get anything off my mind? Off my chest? No, I don't think so. I'm actually pretty hungry right now. And I've eaten dinner, but I didn't have lunch, and I barely had breakfast. Well, I had some for breakfast. Anyway. But yeah, it was an okay weekend. Where was the tropical storm that came in? I don't understand There's a tropical storm that was supposed to come through up here to Vermont, and it didn't, which is fine. It rained a little bit yesterday and rained a little bit today, and it was windy. But that was it, which is good. I'm fine with that. But yeah, just to recap, I hate it when I'm right. Fucking hate it. And I'm really looking forward to Trump being a one-term president in November. That's going to be great. I'm so looking forward to that. But I hate it when I'm right, mostly. And that's the bottom line. If you smell what the McTaggart Attack podcast is cooking.